Hello YouTube. Thought I'd share with you my battery charger. I've recently converted it to propane. This is a kit that came from US Carburation. It's more or less straightforward. It should take an hour. It took all afternoon. Mostly because it involved a trip or two to town for parts, odds of thread sealant and such, and a couple fittings. I'll just run through this with you. What comes in the kit is basically this shut off. I don't think it's really much of a regulator. The regulating's done back here, first stage regulator. That's the same as what a barbecue would have and such. I call it an appliance regulator, and this is a vacuum. Well, this won't let propane out unless there's a negative pressure here. So if you took this hose off, turn the bottle on, nothing will come out of here unless there's a slight vacuum on this hose. And that vacuum originates from, I hope you can see it, probably not. There's a Venturi here that comes with the kit from US Carburation. If you look on their website, you'll see it. And that just fits between the carburetor and the air filter adapter, and they give you studs or extensions to facilitate that. Once you got all that, once you got this shut off secured to something, that Venturi on, the only thing you really got to do is, well, you got to have propane line, of course. This is a real propane line. I don't know how much pressure it's good for. Quite a bit. So, and then this is I'm not even sure there's a name for it on the instructions. There must be. On an automotive application, they'd call this the power valve. And that just basically causes an orifice, an adjustable size orifice in here. So initially when I started it, the first time I had it quite rich, like just about all the way open. And you can see how this works. It's just a bolt that chokes off this down here, right? And I just threaded it in until, well, I put the engine under load, and I threaded this in till it didn't sound quite right, and then I just unscrewed it till it sounded right, and then gave it another quarter or half a turn out and locked it in. I'll probably do that again now that it's run about 10 hours. I've got about 10 hours on this conversion, just in case there's, you know, a difference after this engine has 500 plus hours on it, believe it or not, on gasoline. So it may have a little bit of carbon and stuff, and it likely will blow that out as while I'm burning propane. So then I don't know if that would make a difference or not. And for you guys that watched my other video on this battery charger, and that's what this is, right? It's got your adapter, well, this plate here holding that Delco alternator on, 100 amp Delco alternator. I since it aired on YouTube last time, I put these wheels on it. Mostly, well, it helps for wheeling it around the shop, but it also helps it for vibration. So you still have to put a rag or something in front here, like under there, and then it just stays where you put it. Otherwise it tries to vibrate around in the shop. And this engine, I never really run it full throttle. I have one of these hour meter tack dailies. So yeah, so it's got 523 hours on it now. And it runs typically 2900 RPM. Unless I'm charging up my battery bank like all day type thing, and then the initial couple hours it'll run at 2800, and then I'll idle it down to, well, 2200 is a little slow. It seems like it's laboring a lot even under a light load. So, you know, 2400 RPM. And when this engine's running on propane as opposed to gas, it does seem to run, well, it does run smoother. It just sits there and it's smooth. It's a lot smoother than gas. Under load, it's you know, it's just about as loud as it used to be, but it's okay. I should have done it a long time ago, just on the basis of cost. Propane, well, if you buy household propane where I'm at, it's about half the price of gasoline. So, and of course the engine would last a lot longer, I suspect. I don't know about the valve train, but if the engine was built for unleaded gasoline, it'll run just fine on propane, and the valves won't be subjective to any more wear than they would have been on gas, and probably less. So I don't know how much, what else there is to tell you. I'm not especially happy about this setup here. I got 1, 2, 3 bushings to go down from well, reverse thread propane to 3/4 range. I couldn't do that in one step with what they had in the hardware store, so that looks kind of farmerish, but I'll live with it. And I'll put for next winter, in the summertime I hardly use this at all, but for next winter, if I need it, I'll set up probably an automotive propane tank, something that I can fill up by the liter, and have that sitting outside. But even when this thing runs on gas, I don't think I use 100 liters in the wintertime. So, and it burns a liter an hour almost, or maybe it might run a little better than an hour on a liter of gasoline. So we'll see how it does on propane. I put a fresh bottle on at 516 hours, so if I run it long enough, I'll know how long that lasts. So that's about it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.